Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. I have always opined on this platform on many occasions that in politics we have only two constants, the interest and the betrayal. And that as long as the political interests of the political players can converge, they will always work together. That's why I don't rule out the possibility of William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua still working together again. I don't want to rule out that possibility. It's possible. But there's also another constant in politics, which is betrayal. And allow me to ask you this question. Between Millicent Omanga and William Ruto, who do you think has betrayed the other? Because Millicent Omanga was one of the closest political allies of President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And of course, we all know that after the last election, Millicent Omanga was appointed as the Chief Administrative Secretary. But the courts ruled that those positions were actually unconstitutional. And from that moment up to now, Millicent Omanga has just been in the political cold. But the past few weeks, I've observed something in Millicent Omanga, and she actually confirmed it finally. Allow me to take you through Millicent Omanga's Facebook page. I was just picking my phone. And if you go through that page, Millicent Omanga has been writing a lot of things until she finally called William Ruto Kaongo. For me, that's the end of William Ruto and Millicent Omanga. Millicent Omanga has finally dumped William Ruto. Why do you think Millicent Omanga has dumped William Ruto? That's exactly what I revealed. That's exactly what I want to reveal to you guys, because the reasons are actually shocking. But first of all, let me take you to Millicent Omanga's Facebook page, and I want to go to a post when she started making this noise 4 days ago. This is verified page of Millicent Omanga. This is what Millicent Omanga posted. When an army sidelines its best generals simply because it has many soldiers, the chances of winning a battle is zero. It's true in war as it is true in politics. In short, Millicent Omanga is delivering a message to Ruto that Ruto had the best generals, but he sidelined them because he thought he had many soldiers. And because of that, the chances of William Ruto winning is almost zero. That was 4 days ago. And then the next day, she made this post. Just casually walking into my next win. Again, there, nothing complete, nothing conclusive. We can only speculate. But for me, the win is the next political side. Now, listen to this. The same day again, 2027 will be a battle for the soul of our country and our county. Now she started hinting. When she talks of the soul for her country, it means the entire country. The source of our county, that is Nairobi, where her political interest is. Because I've always told you, politics is about interest and personal interest. Now we are coming. That's Millicent Omanga. Then, now on Saturday, when Sifuna and the group were now in Kitengela, Kitengela Hoi, that hints to the side she has picked. Because there's no way you can celebrate Kitengela when you are on the side of President William Ruto. Again, that day, probably she was following it. What a reception in Kitengela. Mambo imezidi kuchemuka vile inafaa. You now get vile inafaa. That's Omanga. Then shared this video where the writing is on the wall. Omanga is coming. Now here is where she now dropped the hint. Revolution si tafadhali. No fear, no retreat. Kaongo aende akiendanga. Kaongo aende akiendanga. Kitengela power. That's Millicent Omanga. Calling William Ruto who? Kaongo. Calling William Ruto who? Kaongo. And that marks the end. And yesterday, she made a post, change is inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Millicent Omanga has finally dumped William Samoei Arap Ruto? That's exactly what I want to reveal to you guys on this video. Before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. The first reason why Millicent Omanga has dumped William Ruto is because she's joining Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is coming up with a lineup for Nairobi. And that lineup for Nairobi, the lineup Rigathi Gachagua is coming for Nairobi is lethal. It can win. Why? Because of the Kikuyu numbers. Now, let me just brief you the lineup Rigathi Gachagua is crafting for Nairobi. In Nairobi in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua wants to have a Kikuyu as the next governor. That's James Gakuya. Rigathi Gachagua wants to retain Edwin Sifuna as the senator for Nairobi. Now, if you have Sifuna, you have Gakuya. Na Sifuna ni sisi, yeah? And Gakuya, they'll be able to win. Then he wants Omanga as the women rep because Pasari is not defending. So we have Kikuyu, we have Kambas. Of course, in the deputy president, the deputy governor, he wants a Kamba. So we have a Kikuyu governor, Kamba, deputy. We have Senator Luya, and then women rep Kisi. That's a very serious voting block. And Omanga is not taking chances because in Westlands, he's settled on Nelson Harvey. So that combination can actually deliver Nairobi. So Omanga is seeing it. Because in the last election, Omanga was with UDA. You remember UDA had the mountain, but did not enjoy the support of the Kisis, did not enjoy the support of Kambas, did not enjoy the support of the Luos. That's why Omanga lost. This time, and that's what Rigathi wants, Omanga is playing balls. That's why she's aligning herself more with Rigathi Gachagua than you'd have expected with Matiang'i. So that lineup of Rigathi is what is persuading Omanga to dump William Ruto. Remember, politics is about interest. And not just interest, personal interest. So Omanga is looking at her personal interest first before any other interest. That's number one. Number two, Omanga feels very strongly that William Ruto betrayed her. Omanga worked very hard for Ruto, according to her. And she expected nothing less than a cabinet secretary, if not a PS. She missed all those. William Ruto then appointed her as the chief administrative secretary. Was it for Interior? Was it for Foreign Affairs? One of those powerful ones. But remember, it was obvious when Ruto was making those appointments that those offices were unconstitutional. So currently, I think Omanga is serving in one of the boards. At some point, she even rejected some appointments. So Omanga feels that she delivered for Ruto. But Ruto betrayed him. But Ruto betrayed her. And that's why she's actually planning to bolt out. I don't know. Let me ask you, between Omanga and Ruto, who helped the other? Because the majority of Kenyans who believe that actually it's Ruto who helped Omanga to stabilize in her business. And number three, the politics of the Republic of Kenya is taking shape. And we are witnessing serious political realignments in the Republic of Kenya. Omanga is a Kisi because our politics is regional. The Kisis are with Matiang'i, which means if you are to give the Kisi the power to vote, do not vote for someone who is going to support Ruto, most of them. But Omanga is in a situation where she needs the Kisi votes, but also the Kikuyu votes. In fact, it would have been better for Omanga to be in ODM right now, for example. So that, okay, if ODM was there, Sifuna was there, Arati and even Matiang'i was not in the picture, it would have made sense for Omanga to be on ODM. But right now, the political realignment is forcing her to dump UDA. Because UDA is not favored in Nairobi. Especially the fact that the Kikuyus are not for it, the Kisis are not for it. And of course, she knows that even if she aligns herself with Matiang'i, Kisis alone cannot deliver the seat for her in Nairobi. So she wants a situation where she's in a camp where Ruto is not in, but probably at the end of the day, they might converge. Maybe Matiang'i converging with Rigathi at some point. And importantly, I think the political mood in Nairobi could actually be hostile to UDA and supporters. I tend to think so. And this is what is pushing people like Nelson Harvey, pushing people like Omanga, and we are definitely going to see others, because even several others are also making the shift, though silently. So the mood, the political mood in Nairobi. In fact, the other day, I was talking to one of the senators and he told me that, you see, Sifuna did not have a lot of problems with audio. His only problem was how to retain his seat. And Gachagua provided him with that winning path. But a lot of things has now changed. Sifuna might actually run for the presidency. But the political mood in Nairobi has always been opposition. Omanga has contested. If she does again, this would be the third time. She would not want to run and lose again. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the reasons why Omanga has dumped William Samoei Arap Ruto. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.